Hi, folks. I'm Dr. Challa Krishnavir Abhishek, Vice President EQ for Peace US and Executive Director, Dean Van Leeuwen Center for Peace Studies. Today, we have with us world renowned Jain monk, Muni Adarsh Acharyaji, here with us. Thank you so much, Acharyaji. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Thank you. Acharyaji, from Jaina Shastras, you have developed a 5 intelligence model. What is that, Acharyaji, and how will it help us?
Yes. So every person has the potential of intelligence. We have to classify it and develop it in a better way. According to modern science, what happens is with the genetic classification of human beings, we inherit many kinds of sanskaras from animals. And in Jainism, we inherit these sanskaras from our previous birth. Both are equivalent. But these sanskaras are mostly animal kind of. We have to convert into humanity. We have to convert into superhumans. We have to evolve ourselves. And evolution can happen only through intelligence. According to Darwin's theory, we were amoeba. From that, we became two sensed organs, then three sensed organs, then four sensed organs. This was evolution. Then we got brain, which is the most complex thing. In modern days, what happens? Neuroscience tells that we will not be able to clone humans as it is. The reason is we cannot clone brain. And I want to say we cannot clone brain and we cannot clone intelligence also. Intelligence is a conscious part. Now, when you want to develop and when you want to evolve, you have to classify into 5 types. The first is the Saraswati intelligence, is Pratibha intelligence, means your personality. How much ever you achieve anything, but if your pratibha is not developed, all achievements go in vain. Neither they help you nor they help others. So first you need to develop your personality, pratibha. Second is the vak, communication. If you don't know how to express, you'll fail in your life because life is full of expressions. Whatever is there, whatever emotions you have, whatever knowledge you have, whatever you have, if you are not able to express, if you're not able to communicate, then you fail in your life. That is Vak Saraswati. The tragedy is that everybody knows Vak Saraswati because people want to communicate and they chant mantras for Vak Saraswati, Vak Devi, Vak Vadini. These kinds of many mantras are chanted nowadays. But reality is that Saraswati is of 5 kinds. It's not only about Vak. More than Vak comes Medha, is your grasping power, your understanding power. Many people have grasping. Grasping is done by 5 senses. Somebody's visual potential is high, somebody's audio potential is high, somebody's touch potential is high. So, according to that, you have to evolve and develop yourself. Sometimes it happens that we grasp, but we are not able to transform. That is understanding. Many times parents say, कि सब समझता है, he knows everything, but he doesn't want to do. That is underdeveloped intelligence. If a person is lazy, if a person is arguing, if a person is again and again action zero, means he talks big things but does not take any action. This all is Medha Saraswati, underdeveloped intelligence. Then comes the fourth is Nidra Saraswati. Whole India knows there is something kind of Nidra Devi, but nobody knows that what is the swarup of, what is the form of Nidra Devi. Nidra Devi is the form of Saraswati, and that is really meant for rest and recovery. When I was a child, I used to feel that why Nidra is known as a Devi, why she is in a form of goddess. Now, when people come to me and say that we are not able to sleep properly, now I came to know what Nidra Devi blesses. So it is all about emotional balance, It is all about your rest and recovery. And the final one comes is what rishis used to follow, what we follow. That is the intuitional intelligence, Parasaraswati. So when you have Parasaraswati, when you practice to develop Parasaraswati, many answers what you don't get from communication or Meda or Nidra, you get from intuition. And this is felt by every Indian and everybody. But right now, it is not under our control. It is uncontrolled. Other forms of Saraswati are underdeveloped or undeveloped. This is neither developed nor underdeveloped and not controlled. This is to be controlled. So these are the five forms of Saraswati as per Jainism, which we need to revere and which we need to develop practically. This every education system needs to do this. Saraswati intelligence was purposely removed from our schools. Previously, schools were the temple of Saraswati. Nobody used to wear shoes in this temple. Nobody used to put hands in the pockets and shoes and roam all over. This all is tamasic education, and that is why we find today's children maybe they are powerful in their memory or powerful to speak some words at some moments, but finally they fail in their life. It is because Saraswati intelligence was intentionally removed from Indian knowledge system, which has ruined our modern education. I am practicing and I am keenly interested in reviving this form of Saraswati intelligence. If this comes back, then nobody can stop India from becoming Vishwaguru.
Acharyaji, another question. We are stuck in intellect and emotions. How can we reach that spiritual conscious level?
So we need to go to the root. What is the root of intellect? Intellect finds options, and Jainism teaches us minimalism. Why our intellect is beyond intellect? Because we have chosen few options. Now we are not wasting our time behind those options. Whereas today people are wasting time in options. For even a little thing, even to buy one doormat, people have thousands of options and they have gone mad. Recently happened, a child failed in a subject. When I asked why did you fail in a subject, he says that the particular day my educational device, maybe a computer or an iPad, whatever it was, it broke, it got hung. So now he's telling for 2 days, I was searching on mobile. Should I buy IQ? Should I buy uh, Poco? Should I buy whatever the names are, Samsung? And he wasted his time in those options. Because he wasted in those times in options, he failed in the subject. The reality is minimalism. You should be concise. You should be perfect to choose things. So if you want to go beyond intellect, you need to decrease your options. That is minimalism or the concept of aparigraha.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how to control the emotions, Acharyaji?
Okay. So emotions, while we follow emotions, we go blind. We blindly trust, we blindly follow, which is known as andhbhakti or andhavishwas. We get into illusions. We become blind. Blind is not actually closing eyes. We fall into trap of maya and illusions while we are emotional. And for that, there is only one solution, that is enlightenment and realization. When you go beyond belief, you turn into realization, you turn into enlightenment. And that happens only when you strive for your inner purity, when you go for satsang, when you go for receiving knowledge from elders or from the knowledgeable, learned people. At that time, your trust, your negative trust, or your andhavishwas, your falsehood, it all breaks down. It hurts you because it is emotions. So when you are in illusion, it will hurt you the most. But once you are enlightened, nobody can break you.
And how important is self-love, Acharyaji?
Speakingly, self love, I always give one example. A boy wanted to suicide. So he asked doctor what are the ways to do suicide. He tried all the ways, but every way was very hard for him, like putting rope in the neck, dupatta in the neck, or burning. He tried little burning his little finger. He tried for 2 minutes putting nose in the water. All types of suicide forms he tried, but he couldn't do. So finally, he asked the doctor that, doctor, how should I die? If you can give me some injection in the name of mercy killing, because I'm not able to live. So doctor said that you will have to go under some psychometric test. If you pass, then I give you the medicine in the name of mercy killing. So the day when arrived of the mercy killing, he was signing the papers because doctor wanted to protect himself. So he started signing the paper, and finally he came to know that there is some magic in these papers. And he said, doctor, who had tried 10 times to die, he said, I don't want to suicide. The doctor asked why. So he said that one page you wrote that my brain will be sold for 1 crore, my kidneys will be sold for 15 lakh rupees. So I counted the value of my body is more than 5 crores. When he realized the importance of himself, he reverted back. Importance of self-love is self-realizing. When you self-realize, you self-love. You can then only self-love. Otherwise, you can't self-love. And when you self-realize and self-love, you cannot leave yourself. That is the ultimate achievement. You achieve yourself. There is nothing more than achieving self.
Acharyaji, and is Anekantavad the true solution for world peace?
Anekantvad is not only true solution. Anekantvad is the nature of universe. Anekantvad is the nature of universe. What Anekantvad means is we all live in a very short memory. We don't have a long memory. Before 5 years, you had a birthday, what you had eaten on that birthday, you don't remember. You don't remember happiness. You don't remember such incidents. And you don't remember even when you had an accident and what happened to you. The pain, you forget the pain. We have a very short memory. So similarly, we are having short realizations. For smaller period of time, we realize and then we forget. But Anekantvad helps you to expand your brain. Right now, people have mental blockages. No, this can't happen. No, this shouldn't be there. This shouldn't be done. But when Anekantvad comes, you come into that realization that the things what I'm imagining is only not even 1%. The thing which I'm not able to imagine are thousand times or lakhs and crores of times which could exist. Anekantvad gives you that vision that what is the truth of the universe. And once you start accepting the truth of the universe, you start realizing everything. Once what happened, there was a honey comb on the door, and one of my colleague monk, he went. He didn't know that day. It was first time he entered the temple. So he just went and in the night it was dark because we don't light lights in the night. So he just went and he opened the door. He didn't know that there was a honeycomb. Because he didn't know honeycomb, he could open the door. But if he knew that there was a honeycomb, he wouldn't have dared to do it. This is the truth that you have all the potential in yourself, and then what potentials you have in yourself. There are infinite possibilities and potentialities in the universe and in yourself. Once you start Anekantvad, your mental blockages break and you start realizing so many things, so many things, so many things, so many things that you start accepting everything. and we become powerful.
Yes, Acharya. Thank you so much, Acharya ji, for enlightening us. May Satya and Ahimsa prevail. Jai Jinendra.